let's talk about preaching. Let's talk about preaching on purpose. Here at our church, in the last couple of months, we've had several Sundays where we had just a large group of people who were unchurched, people who generally do not attend church. And I'm talking probably 25–30% of the audience was made up of people who were not regular church attenders. One of the discussions that's come out of those Sundays has been, how do we communicate in a way to people who are unchurched? And so I'd like to talk to you about preaching on purpose. Many times the discussion about preaching comes down to the style of preaching and not really the heart of preaching. Many times we talk about preaching in terms of our favorite preacher, but I'd like to say to you today that preaching is essentially communicating. And so the question is, how do we communicate effectively? Jesus was the master communicator. We all agree on that. So let's talk about how he communicated. Number one, Jesus was simple without being simplistic. He spoke in such a way that everyone understood clearly what he was saying. Jesus was also intentional. He intentionally told stories that people could relate to. Jesus was also conversational. He was easy on the ears. He was easy on the ears. Number four, Jesus was convictional. Jesus was convictional without condemning sinners. He was also confrontational without condemning. And then finally, Jesus spoke in a way so that people wanted to come back and hear him again. If you will look again at the passage, and I referred to it before, if you look at the passage in Acts chapter 17, when Paul finished speaking to the people on Mars Hill, here's what Luke records, Acts 17:32. Some laughed, but others said, "We want to hear you again. Please come back so that we can continue the conversation." What is preaching? It is a conversation that encourages people to hear enough so that they will come back to hear you again. Or as a wonderful author that I've read from years ago said, every conversation should be crafted in such a way that it is not the last. And then finally, the great preacher Wayne Huntley told me when I came to plant this church 19 years ago, he said, "Chester, their return is your number one concern. So let's preach on purpose."